Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Debbie Wren, President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV.
And it's good to be back. And we're at our new home here out in Seymour Lake Park.
Yeah, 2975 Seymour Lake Road.
First time I've been here, and I'll tell you, it is beautiful. Thank you for the tour.
Oh gosh, yeah. So anybody that wants a tour, come on in. We're here, we're set up. We just have a few more pieces of equipment to move from the old studio to here, and then we're all in one piece. Right now, we have Connie Miller doing programming to get us on the air, still over, and she calls it Siberia. It's a long ways away all of a sudden.
It is, yeah. So, big difference between the two places.
And you're seeing grass in the background. Last time you saw us, there was snow back there. It's not quite summer yet, but we're hopeful.
We are really thinking spring and summer. We've had it with this cold weather. My goodness gracious. It has just been so cold, and cold seems to be bringing so many illnesses.
Right, which is part of the reason you haven't seen us. Poor Deb has been sick all winter long.
You know, 2019 was supposed to be a great year, and it's going to be. You know, I am positive about that. But I started off in January with a cold that took me about a good 2.5 weeks to get rid of. And sure enough, come that second week in February, it hit me again. And this time it was really hard.
Came back tenfold.
It truly did. I was unable to really talk without coughing. And of course, when you're doing something like this, you can't be doing it with coughing half of the time. So
Kyle back there doesn't appreciate it.
No, I'm sure, and I don't want to upset Kyle.
Oh we like having Kyle. Kyle, by the way, Kyle Snage is the one that gets us on the air. He's doing all the taping, and he's got his new digs. You'll have to come in and see the studio.
Cool. I am so impressed. I mean, I love exactly this area that we're in right now, and to see everybody's individual offices. You guys aren't on top of one another.
Right.
Everybody has their own little niche and little home right here, and it's so nice.
Finally,
Lots
we're an
of
actual
elbow room.
television station and not in a kind of like a pole barn anymore. It's really nice.
And it's quiet. You know?
Oh yeah, no music in the background,
no
right?
music is playing from the other facilities surrounding us. I mean, we are totally all by ourselves here.
We have really good neighbors. We're right next to Parks and Recs. We're in fact attached to their building, and they've been very kind to us.
Well, Dan and his group are just, they're the greatest. Ron. Geez, where am I with Dan? Hello.
In fact, it was Ron and Jeff that did the subcontracting for this building. Bill Service designed it, and they saw that vision and got it done in record time, really. We started in August, and they were done by February.
That's amazing.
With the whole thing, Pretty
and
incredible.
You guys literally moved the majority of your stuff in one day, you said?
Right, yep. Bill Dunn, the township supervisor, contracted a trustee team for us. And so we had 3 sheriffs and 4 trustee team members, and they did it all by 2:30 or 3 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
They started at 8:30 in the morning, and we were in by 2:30, 3 o'clock.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, now it's really all the little fine tuning, you know, the pictures on the wall. And, you know, and quite honestly, that always takes time. I don't care. I'm still working on my office at my home.
We're trying to find the personality of what needs to go where. And in fact, we were going to have an open house with the chamber and a ribbon cutting April 2nd, I believe it was. And we kind of put that back because we're just not pretty enough yet.
Right.
We have lots of stuff to do yet.
And of course, we totally understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
You know, when you are really promoting your business and you want to bring the community in, you do want to look your best.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
you guys all have it within you to do just that. So you definitely want it. So whenever you're ready, you know, I know you'll let Amy know.
By May, yes.
Yep.
And we'll let everybody know so that people can come and see their new television station. It's
Right.
not just ours.
That's right.
It belongs to that the entire community, and thank you very much. It's just been
Well, and
terrific.
OCTV is very deserving of this new home. You
Thank
truly
you.
are, and I'm proud to be a part of it with, you know, this one program that we share together.
Thank you.
And I just think it's wonderful that the community has this opportunity to have
do
this
too.
all this hometown information being provided.
Yeah, it's with so many regulations leaning on us to take that away from the community, and that's your local information. I always say this, and people are probably tired of hearing it, but we really are the front porch of the community. Back in the 20s and 30s, and even prior to that, when there was no mode of communication.
Right.
People sat on their front porches and they talked about what's going on with Mabel down the road, and so needs help here, and this is going on in the community. Well, that's what we are. And,
and there are people that really, especially in the wintertime, they don't venture out of their home. So they really don't, even if they could sit on their front porch, they wouldn't sit on their front porch.
Right,
So
chat.
this is just another way of them receiving that local information.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to be able to be a part of that. I enjoy it. I enjoy being here with Terry and the whole team. And I love sharing the stuff from the chamber. I always do that. But then we also talk about other things that are going on within the community that we're definitely going to be sharing today. And I know that we won't get everything all done in this particular taping, because there's so much going on. I mean, really, this community, and it just keeps growing. Things are changing on Main Street. It's kind of sad to see a business close, but another business is coming in. I just saw on Facebook last night that J Jewelers, who has been a part of our community for, I want to say, at least the last 3 years. Beautiful jewelry store, lovely personnel
nice.
in there. But for reasons, they are going to be closing, and so keep them in mind when, because they'll be having a big closing sale, because everything's got to go. I don't think they're moving someplace. And there's always a reason for things, and things happen. But J Jewelers, I wish you all the best of luck. All of the people that worked there, the designer of those precious.
They've done such great job.
Yeah,
work for me.
Very
I've been in
unique,
there
one of a
several
kind,
times.
one of a kind rings and necklaces
and repairs. They've done
repair
repairs
work.
for me. Over and over again.
Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, these things are sad to see, but then again, something else is going to turn around and come in and fill that spot. We're seeing that some of our storefronts have paper on the windows, which means the inside is being
redone.
it's being
it gets you
remodeled
curious,
in there.
doesn't it?
And so we'll be seeing some new businesses coming
that's
into
exciting.
town.
That's exciting. That part of it is exciting.
That part truly is.
Yeah.
So Oxford is really a wonderful community. Our community is growing, changing, and I think with that we're going to take a real quick break, but we'll be back real quick, so don't go away. Welcome back to Daybreak. Debbie Wren here from the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV.
And speaking of the Chamber of Commerce, how about if I just talk briefly about some of the past events that we've had and some of the upcoming events that we've had. In March, we had the 2019 Speaker Series kickoff with Women in Business. And that was a wonderful turnout. Yeah, we had, the room was full. We had a very nice gal by the name of Mary Engelman, who is the executive director of the Michigan Women's Commission, who spoke there with providing a lot of very informative information. So we really and truly believe that was a good turnout, good speaker.
Yep.
And our next speaker series is going to be Brian Burney. That one is going to be held at the library, and you can go online on our website, oxfordchamberofcommerce.net, and you can sign up there. You can call the office. Brian Burney, I'm sorry to say I don't know what the he's going to be speaking about social media, I want to say.
Oh, nice.
Which, wow, social media, Facebook and things like that. He provided information when we had him last year that was very well received, and we were asked if we could bring Brian back. So he's an excellent speaker. We've got plenty of room. MC Witches is going to be providing the lunch that day.
Nice, good.
So that's going to be well worth it. And hearing everything that Brian has to say with the best practices of social media marketing.
We all need to know that.
We do.
It doesn't matter what business you have, you need to get on board if you're not.
And if you're going to be using things like Twitter and Facebook and...
There's an etiquette that we all need to practice.
Exactly. And boy, there are
we
people...
need to know what the rules are.
There are people that just don't understand.
It's such a shame.
And so, Brian will be able to guide us all along the right way there. We had our Coffee Connect just this past week here, and that was at Blue Ivy. A couple weeks prior to that, we had the ribbon cutting there too. So both events were very well received. That Coffee Connect, we had so many people, we couldn't even do a circle. It kind of swirled around a little bit because there were just so many people.
That's nice. And she's got a good sized store.
She does.
So that's really nice to hear.
Yes. And our Coffee Connects, we always make it so that every person attending is able to give approximately a 1 minute speech about what their business is, because when you do have a lot of people, you don't have that opportunity to speak to everybody.
Right.
But for that time period of 10 to 15 minutes where everybody has that time to talk, then that's when you get to see everybody who's there, because you've got their undivided attention.
I've learned a lot at those Coffee Connects. I've seen people that I didn't know even existed in the community. So yeah, those are neat.
And that's where some connections, oh, well, you're in a business that could, we could help one another.
Yeah,
sure.
Right. Yeah, I love that.
And we see that.
Really
I
nice.
have to say, we see that at each and every Coffee Connect.
I think that helps contribute to the camaraderie that the business owners have in this community. Our events like that and the chamber itself. It's really nice. I've gone in stores where I've heard the merchant behind the counter say, no, we don't have those, but go to so-and-so down the street and contact so-and-so, and they'll get you in touch with what you need. And I'm thinking, that's their competition, and they're still referring them. That's really neat.
And the small town community, even though we're not a small town, I like to refer to it that way because to me, small town means that everybody is here to help one another.
Right, agreed.
And this is something that we do see. And I've heard so many, personally have heard, not in hearing somebody else's conversation, but really hearing how the Oxford Chamber is really there to help promote the businesses that we have.
Sure are.
And we have businesses that are not only in Oxford too, and I stress that because one of the businesses that was there, he's actually out in Sterling Heights.
Oh, wow.
And I have seen him now 3 times this year.
Smart.
And yesterday, when we were at our Coffee Connect, he said, I truly, truly love Oxford. When I came to your community breakfast and I saw that large group of people and heard how everybody talks to one another and shares one another's business thoughts, business ideas, and how we had our presentation there of Ron Davis and Mike Sowell.
Oh yeah, wow.
He said
was
that just sent him right over the top. He says, I'm talking to my wife, we want to be moving, I want to bring my business out here. He says, not that I'm not successful where I'm at, but I love Oxford.
I love that.
It was so nice to hear that, and he shared that. That was part of his 1 minute that he talked. And so I spoke with Bob afterwards, and I thanked him because it's really nice to hear that.
So good for that. It's good advertising for the community.
It certainly is.
Somebody from that far away, number one, attends these Coffee Connects, and another,
and
he's willing to move.
He is a chamber member too.
Isn't that fabulous? Good for him. He's a smart man.
He's very much so. And so, Leo's Coney Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're
we're having
open.
a ribbon cutting out there, and I'll tell you,
can't wait.
That place is booming.
I'm telling you, I love that about Oxford. When a new restaurant opens up in town, you can't get in for the first couple months. I've already eaten there, though, I have to say, because I love Leo's.
And I love Leo's.
Oh, it's
I
good
truly,
food.
I have
Such a
gone
good
to
variety.
the Leo's in Lapeer, in
Orion.
Rochester, Lake Orion, and now we have ours
Yay.
in Oxford here, and
big time.
I truly love Leo's food.
Good food,
I
good
do.
food,
I
good
do.
variety. And the staff, you could tell they were a little overwhelmed because, I mean, they get hit every day and that parking lot is full and they're busy, but man, they stop and make it personal. They're really, really sweet people there. I'm so excited that they're here.
Yes, and then at the other end, what is that, Tropical Smoothies?
Yes, I love that place.
Because of those two
Cafe,
places, the little parts that are still available to rent, they're going to have to expand. They're going to have to expand their parking lot because it is a busy little place. Yeah. And now you can see that even Tractor Supply.
And they're filling up too.
Their parking lot is getting full, and it's not all overflow, but I think it's brought people into that part of the Oxford community, and they're saying, oh my gosh, here's Tractor Supply.
Well, yeah, I followed somebody. I went to the Tropical Cafe the other day and followed a woman from Tropical Cafe, and she went right into Tractor Supply. So I thought, good, that's bringing business that normally wouldn't go there, I would imagine. And I thought the same thought when I saw Tractor Supply Company.
Well, just driving in today, I saw that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Yay.
So
Big
we're
time.
having their ribbon cutting is going to be on March 21st at 4 p.m. So I'm happy about that. Our next Mix and Mingle is going to be at the Oxford Tap. That's going to be on March 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. So we talked about at our board meeting with our Mix and Mingles, we've been having them from 5 to 7 for a number of years now. And we're listening to what people are requesting, and they've kind of been asking if we could possibly change the time. First it was brought up 4 to 6. And the board's kind of like, well, I don't quite like that, but we're going to be working. You're going to see in the future, our Mix and Mingles will be from 4:30 to 6:30.
Oh, there you go.
And so it doesn't mean you have to be there right at 4:30 and you can't leave until 6:30. You can come in and just, take 15 minutes if that's all that you have. We just want to open up that whole period of time that you can be there and you can stay later. There's been times even with the 7 o'clock. I've stayed at a place till 8:30 just because
you're
I've
chatting
met
with
people. We're talking with people.
Yep.
So that's the update on those things, and I think we're going to just take another break and we'll be back real quick.
Yep.
On Friday, it's Fish Day at the American Legion in Oxford. It runs from noon to 8, and we will have over 300 of our best friends enjoying our fish and our carryout. Sure, we have checked it out, and we have found that we have the best cod and walleye in Michigan. Want dessert? It's It's all homemade by our auxiliary ladies for just $1. For your vets, we have hats, just $5. On the bar side, here's some of our friends. Hi, everybody. On the museum side, some more friends. Hi again. Where you can check out one of the best military museums in the state. All Friday at the American Legion from noon to 8 at 130 East Drainer Road in Oxford.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Debbie Wren, President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV.
Yes, indeedy.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us today. I wanted to make just kind of a special announcement, once again, concerning this chamber. We're looking for an experienced, reliable, task-oriented administrative support specialist who's going to be working with our executive director. I wanted to read that because I want to make sure that I say this correctly. We're looking for a person who is skilled in updating our chamber website, and we use Wix and not WordPress. Work with publisher to create marketing material. Advanced Microsoft Office skills is a must. Constant contact knowledge, strong organizational skills, project management and problem solving, QuickBooks and invoicing. And QuickBooks is really going to be very helpful because that is what we handle everything, all of our invoicing and statements, and our payroll goes through QuickBooks. And a must is friendly and professional demeanor. It is a part-time position, but I have to be very honest that the way that everything has been going with the chamber, we just keep growing and growing and growing. And I can see that eventually this part-time position is going to turn into more of a full-time position down the road. But for right now, the board, we're trying to do the best that we can for all of our chamber members, and this is something we definitely want, that support in the office. Amy's doing a dynamic job.
She's amazing.
I cannot say enough. I'm super thrilled. You will see her out in our business, different businesses throughout the week, and this is where she really and truly does shine, and that's why we need someone who is going to maintain that office, not be afraid of getting on the phone and making a call here and there, greeting people when they come in. So I just wanted to put that out there, and if you're someone that could fit that bill, or if you know someone that does, give Amy Desatel a call at the Oxford Chamber of Commerce, okay?
That would be a fun position, because then you get to talk to everybody in the community.
You get to see everyone, and where our offices, the village offices, are going to be moving. So you're going to be right there with the village offices. The DDA is there, so there's a lot going on in that building. So it just gets you that much closer to the community too.
Sure does. Right. And Amy, working with Amy, I'm telling you, I don't know how anybody keeps up with her. She is amazing. She really is.
She sees something, she'll see something on Facebook, or she'll hear that a new business is coming into town, and I'll tell you, those people can hardly just get the door open before there's Amy. She just wants to be able to promote their business. She wants to be able to help in every way possible.
She's helped us a lot. I know that the Chamber has supported our sponsorship requests. We're in a position where we could be losing our funding, and so we request sponsorships or underwriting, whichever you prefer. And so our basketball team was the most winning team in the history of Oxford basketball.
Yes.
And so during those playoffs, we had sponsorships for each game. So you'll see that if you're watching our game, you're going to see that like Nearest Yours Taxi sponsored one of the games.
Yep.
Legacy 925 sponsored one of the games. And that's because of Amy. Amy really has pushed that. Bill goes out in the community as well. I'm not going to take that away from Bill. But Amy, boy, she's something else. She mentions it to me every single time we talk. Do you have any more sponsorships? Yeah, as a matter of fact, we do. It's really neat.
She always mentions it.
Yeah,
I mean, she mentioned it at the Coffee Connect.
So great.
You know,
So supportive
it's
of
always,
us.
you know, when she's giving her news as to what she wants to share with folks, it's always, and don't forget about OCTV. What a better way for you to promote your business. And it's like,
I
boy,
agree.
I saw eyes in that our circle.
Awesome.
They were like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really a no-brainer. It truly is.
It really is. So if I could explain just a little bit, we go into your business, we talk to you about what's important for you to advertise, and we use that term very loosely because we don't do advertising, but we promote your business being in this community, and for $75. So we've done commercials for people that they can use elsewhere. We don't use those on TV, and we've done that for a fee as well, trying to supplement our income and hopefully help sustain us a little bit.
Exactly.
But the chamber has really helped us on that. In fact, even on the newsletter, which I must say is getting longer and longer, which is really nice.
Isn't it?
It's on. There's information about that on the newsletter.
Yeah, we always
you guys always keep it there. That's fantastic.
Yes, it's
Thank
always
you.
there. It's
Appreciate
always
it.
brought up in front of people because sometimes, you know, you read it, you see it, you think about it, and then you move on.
Yeah.
And then it's like, doggone it. You see it again, you say, yeah, that's right, I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Put it on your calendar.
Appreciate
Make
it.
that quick call because it really will. I mean, I've seen so many different and cute. I mean, some of these are
Thank
really
you.
cute. You know,
We have fun.
and people put some thought and effort into this. And you know what? All it takes is one or two clients to say, hey, I just saw that.
And you know, a lot of people, we usually try to get the sponsorships on the games because those are our most watched program. That and Tai Chi.
Yes, Tai Chi.
And wrestling, but Tai Chi. But a lot of people see that, and not even just in this area. It's the other team. They watch it too
That's
on
right.
YouTube because it stays up on YouTube. It's on our website, the game and the sponsorship.
Yep.
So people even outside of the area see those sponsorships and know that business is in this community.
Perfect.
It's really neat. Yeah, I like it.
Perfect.
Couldn't be a better deal.
Exactly. And that's what we call teamwork. We're working together for one another here.
Yeah, that's part of it, for sure.
I do want to promote, though, our Chamber's 4th annual golf outing. That you're going to start seeing a lot of advertising on that, promoting throughout the community. But that is going to be on Friday, June 14th, and it's going to be at Boulder Point, which we have a fun time at Boulder Point. We are going to be having a speaker. I know Jeff Bullen from Tim Hortons is working on getting a speaker. He's getting it all confirmed, so before I can actually say who it's going to be, he's
a
in the
nice
works
teaser.
of and this is going to be really very, very interesting.
Oh,
so
good.
when
That's
he
great.
mentioned it at the board meeting this week, I was like, oh, really?
Yay.
So he says, I don't have it
Great.
completely confirmed yet. So
Good.
but once again, and that's the weekend of Father's Day. And so we were thinking, you know, what a great way to be able to have father and son, father and daughter together for this outing on the Friday before we truly celebrate. What a way to kick off Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
So that was the reason behind doing it on that particular Friday. So that is Friday, June 14th. We will take, you know, foursomes, twosomes, even if you want to do, you know, yourself. If you want to just golf yourself, we will definitely match you up with other teammates so that they will be going out in foursomes. So this is your chamber working for you. This is the chamber working with OCTV, and we are proud to be here. We're happy to be here. I'm happy that we're back with Daybreak, and we can get back to doing our normal schedule on this.
Now that we're all healthy and all settled into one place.
Exactly. Exactly. So with that being said, I think we're going to have to say goodbye for now, but we will see you again real soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.